Arsenal Fan TV. Mo, first of all, Claude was ripping it to you earlier, saying that you need to lay off of other teams and let's concentrate on us because our performances are not good enough.
Last thing I want to do is talk about Claude right now. I couldn't give a crap what Claude says or thinks about me, just as I don't give a crap about whatever anyone else says or thinks about me. So tweet me all you want, give me all your comments. I do what I want to do, not what you want me to do.
What happened today?
You know, I was really trying to come up with a reason or a set of reasons as to why it was that bad today. Because, you know, most of the time you can put it down to something, right? And I was really searching the bank of reasons, and honestly, I was even going as far deep as thinking, is it something to do with Christmas? You know, like, I don't know, is it coincidence? That it's Boxing Day and everyone had a big meal yesterday. Maybe they were out drinking a bit too. I don't know.
Well, it looks like they were out drinking last night.
I'm honestly that confused. I'm bemused as to how it could be that bad because, you know, I can't believe I'm saying this right, but we were lucky to lose 4-0 today. And I mean that because they had 2 goals disallowed and they had Long one-on-one against Czech and he skied it. It really could have been so much worse, and we were actually lucky.
As a team that's going to come here, lose 4-0 to Southampton, who ain't been playing well, really hope to win the league. I mean, we've all been getting excited and optimistic. Big wins over Manchester City. You know, we have bounced back after bad defeats. But you can't just keep... I mean, there was no fight today. No fight, no heart. Like somebody said earlier, we lost every second ball. We lost every tackle. There was no energy, no pace in the team. I really have to start thinking your theory could be right.
Do you know, honestly, I really don't understand what it was. I mean, the thing is, Southampton, you really have to hand it to them today because as bad as Arsenal were, and whenever there's a defeat of this nature, you always ask the question, you know, was it the team that won being really good, or was it the team that lost being that bad? And today I think it was very clear that we were really bad, but Southampton, they deserved their nickname today because they were perfect. You know, they were impeccables. They really were saintly in their performance today. And their physicality, their pressing, it was absolutely top notch. And for Arsenal, you know, the one thing that we know we can do is pass, right? And that was so sloppy today. In terms of physicality, there was absolutely nothing. I don't want to pick on any one player because it was a really poor team performance today. But just one thing I noticed, Theo Walcott, before they scored their goal, the ball was in the corner that I was sitting in the bottom left corner of where Arsenal were defending. Theo Walcott had many chances to try and nip the ball away from the players that had the ball, didn't take it. And then I noticed from a throw-on, he just got a little nudge. You know, a Southampton player wanted the space Theo was on, he gave him a little nudge, you're moving less than Theo moved. Theo literally just vacated the space, just moved back. And I'm thinking, like, well, where's that kind of needle that you need to have as a competitive professional footballer, where it's a case of, you know...
But is this the unprofessionalism? Because they showed that the other night. They showed that the other night.
Unprofessionalism is too strong a word. It's not unprofessionalism, but look, my final point on this was when the goal went in, the first goal went in, Theo, with all of his pace, had a chance to close that ball down. Did nothing, stood there and watched. And people might say to me, "Oh yeah, but it's a worldie of a shot. What can you do about it?" You know, I hate saying this, but Danny Rose, Czech Tiote, Michael Essien, you know, these goals are flashing through people's heads as I'm saying this. It happens quite not regularly, but we can come up with numerous examples of when it happens. The easiest way to make sure that you don't concede these wonder goals is do everything within your power to stop them. And whenever we concede a goal, I look at our setup and I look at what our players have done in the run-up to conceding that goal, and I say to myself, has every single player done everything in their power to prevent that goal from going in? And if the answer is yes, then I say, fine, that's just part of football. If the answer is no, well, then someone needs to learn a lesson. Close the players down. Theo is rapid. He could get much closer to that ball. On one day, it might deflect off his foot and go in the top corner, in which case you say, fair enough, you've done everything that you could. But Today, he just stood there and watched it. And that was just one example, and I can come up with about 10 for each player today, but it run through the whole team. And that's what I don't understand. How can we put a performance with exactly the same team who put in such a brilliant physical performance against Man City, and how can that exact same team come here and play like we did today? Because it was absolutely unacceptable.
A team that's not as technically as good, not as skillful, doesn't have as good player. I mean, can we win the league, Mo?
Listen, you know,
Can we win the league? Listen, we're going to have many other games like this that we're going to have to come away from home and play at places like this. With performances like this, have we got any chance of winning the league? Are we being a bit deluded at the moment?
listen, I'm never.
It's the same old thing every year, isn't it?
I'm never ever one to change my mind about a bigger issue over the course of 90 minutes. I think that's unintelligent to do so. 90 minutes should not be the thing that changes your mind about a manager or a whole year's worth of effort that you're going to put in, whether you can be title contenders or not.
Yeah, but you've seen these before many times. That's why.
But listen, there's plenty of teams that put in amazing performances, have wonderful victories, and get relegated. So why can't we have the reverse, where there's a team that puts in one really, really, really poor performance and then goes and wins the league? Of course we can win the league. My mind is not going to be made up over the course of 90 minutes. I'm not going to be driving up to Southampton saying, oh yeah, we can win the league, and driving back saying, no, we can't win the league. That is stupidity in my book. We can win this league, and I think we've got one hell of a chance of winning this league. But it really does require us to put in a hell of a lot more effort and learn a massive lesson than what was out there today and what we did today, because that was not the sort of performance that leagues are won on. So we've got a massive, massive lesson today, and we better act upon that, because this is a wonderful opportunity for Arsenal to win the league, and it will be absolutely wasted if we don't. But listen, before I don't just want to say Arsenal, I just want to say as well, Southampton, the fans I thought were top notch, you know, around not all areas of the ground, but the fans around us, they had cracking banter. They were, you know, singing their hearts out, fair play to them, even before the first goal went in and throughout the game. So hats off to Southampton fans. In terms of the performance they put out, absolutely phenomenal. So, you know, we can slate Arsenal, and we will slate Arsenal, but hats have to go off to Southampton because they could have won 6 or 7-0 today. So,
in order to get yourself through some of those tough parts of the season when you know you need to dig in. Some of the Arsenal players, you can see it, they just don't have it. And